Hi everyone, so I normally only do these videos about once a year or something, but I just decorated the place and did some upgrades. I figured I'd show you guys sort of a tour and some tips. First of all, I have painted grey, which I've been wanting for a long time, and I've put up some new shelves. They help me keep things organized, the things I need most often. Over here, I've got more shelves because I bought too many, and so I just put them there. Some stuff here, pencil case and whatever, office stuff. My memory cards are over here. This is not really ideal, but it's just what I'm using for now. I've upgraded my desk to a standing desk that I made for free. I quite like using a standing desk, saves me some space. I think it looks quite nice. And yeah, I'll talk about this in another video, but yeah, it's pretty nice. Wireless keyboard, which is solar powered, it's kind of cool. And I've got all the cables from the computer and stuff going through there and into there where the computer is. Okay, now obviously a standing desk is a big improvement over sitting down, but I wanted to take it a step further. So I went and got myself this exercise bike. It was about £90 or something like that. It's, you know, it's a pretty good one that has some nice features, but not a super expensive one. And most importantly, it folds up really small. I wasn't completely sure whether this would work for me or what this would work well for, but I just wanted to try it. I'll have to use this more before I can give a full sort of opinion about it and what I think this would be good for or not good for. But so far, I've actually been finding it really useful. For now, a bit of duct tape to make this sort of shelf. So here's an example. You can see that it's actually, in my opinion, quite a comfortable thing. And I don't find that having to pedal distracts me, especially if I set this a bit lower. I'm getting exercise. I've got a nice thing there to tell me how much calories I've burned, how much distance I've gone, how much time I've spent actually pedaling. I don't find it distracting for typing, but if I have to reach over here for this thing, then that's annoying. Maybe when I get a big thing here, which can hold both the keyboard and the mouse, or you know, the Wacom tablet, then I'll actually like using this for editing as well. My first opinion about this is pretty damn cool. I think if you're interested in trying something like this out and getting loads of calories burned while you actually get work done or watch movies or whatever, then I think go for it, because actually I quite like this and I think I'm going to keep using it. And I think it is very important to actually get one that folds away into the cupboard, because personally I wouldn't want to have this thing here the entire time. So when I'm typing, I have this thing set quite low, so I'm not fighting the spring there. And then when I watch movies or something like that, then I can actually turn it up a bit more, because then I don't find it quite as distracting if I'm out of breath, if I'm, you know, really pedaling hard. Now, obviously this is not going to be super accurate, but I did find this really useful to have this calorie counter here and, you know, this display that shows you all this bunch of stuff, because it really tells you how much you've been doing and it really motivates you to keep going further. So for example, I was burning about 1,000 calories per day, which if I remember correctly took me about 2 movies worth. So, you know, I'd sit here, you know, do some work, watch a movie, and then I'd have burned 1,000 calories. That was really motivating me to continue doing that the next day. I got everything other than this and that. Everything on here is on wheels, so that I can, for example, if I want to move this to the other side of the room there and film with it. The camera and the GorillaPod, once again, the things I use most often. So how quickly can I start filming? So I lift up my camera, I connect it to the GorillaPod, and then I make the freaking video. Another thing I wanted to show you is this little thing right here, which is this kit that I'm working on. And the idea behind this is it's a little kit that's very lightweight that you keep with you whenever you have your camera with you, that has all the really essential stuff. So for example, things to clean your sensor and your lenses, ND filters, batteries, headphones, SD cards, all that kind of stuff. I'll talk about this in another video, but just an idea I thought you guys would like. Oh, and I've hidden the light switch. Weights for lifting. My most used tools, sort of my main toolbox, which I'll go into on my second channel, my wall of Polaroids of my photos. They're fake Polaroids. I'll have a link below to the video explaining, you know, how I put these up and whatever. Some Pixapro Mark IIs. I have a third one in the cupboard. And while this is, you know, I always call this my studio or my home studio, but this is not really a place where I have clients come over. I mean, this is just, you know, for me, for friends, for filming YouTube videos. Kitchen, kind of the same, except now it's green. And I put a little spice rack up, a cup of coffee. And I keep some fresh food on the counter here, some raw eggs, some hard-boiled eggs, which, as we all know, come from hard-boiled chickens. And then some avocados, which are, of course, the egg of the Australian avocac monkey. I got a little mini oven for making food and stuff. And then over here, all the hot drink stuff. And then this shelf is wonky. The screw broke and I was too lazy to fix it. And then behind here, there's a window and I've put a little light there because I really love how the light sort of comes through. If I turn that off, then you can really see that looks quite dramatic. And over here, sofa, which I use for editing with the laptop, which is why I don't always have to stand there and edit on the big computer. For now, that's my bed. It's just sort of a sofa bed kind of thing that I made myself. It's not perfect, but at the moment, I just need a bed that I can move around really easily. I can't have a bed because, I've got space, but, sometimes I want to stand here and make a video or whatever. So for now, I'm still stuck with a bed that's not perfect, but it's fine. Over here, what I like to call my man drawer. I recently got a 13-inch MacBook, which for most people is underpowered, but for me, just works fine for, basic edits in Final Cut and, some Photoshop work and stuff. Not perfect, but, I enjoy using it. And then up here, more stuff that I use very often. So, torch, I always want to have access to that. My Leatherman Wingman Lansky knife, some Bole safety goggles, which I use constantly, and my headphones. And I really love these shelves because it's a nice mix between being really useful and looking nice in the room. This thing makes a great hat rack as well. In my corridor, I've still got skateboards down there and more skateboards. And I want to put up more prints here, but not too many like there were before. Just, maybe 3 or 4 prints. Now they're laminated, which I'm just doing with a lamination machine I borrowed from a friend, which is over there, with 4 pins holding them to the wall. I think it looks nice, but also it's a lot more durable. And now my bathroom looks much better as well. So I bought a big roll of vinyl, which, it looks like tiles, but, and it feels like tiles as well. It cost me £30, covered the entire bathroom with it. And, it's not perfect. It's just, it's waterproof. It looks okay. I quite like it. It definitely looks better than before. And then painted with pink and stuff. As you can see, I don't really have many toiletries. I just have some toilet bushes. And some fairy lights. These are running off a 5-volt battery. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. I hope you found that interesting. I'll have a link below to my second channel, which is going to be more about DIY stuff and sort of hobbies of mine, things that I find interesting, and maybe gadgets, stuff like that. Things that are not photography and video, which I think a lot of you would possibly find interesting as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Visit my channel for lots more awesome filmmaking and photography videos, like lighting techniques, DIY projects, behind the scenes tutorials, cameras, lenses, adapters, shoulder rigs, stabilizers, flashes, LEDs, microphones, bags, straps, studio backgrounds, tripods, float heads, sliders, multi-tools, and lots more cool stuff!